Inside here at the FIHQ, we're here to break down the brand new Cellucor C4 Ultimate. So this one just came out, multiple different flavors with an exclusive flavor available at the Vitamin Shop in the Hawaiian Fruit Punch flavor. This one here is Icy Blue Raspberry C4 Ultimate. What we want to do is go over the new formula as it relates to the old formula and why they made some of the changes that they did. And then we're going to do a one-sip review here on the new Icy Blue Raz flavoring system. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, you're probably really well aware that I don't personally love Blue Raspberry. I don't think Danny loves Blue Raspberry as much either.
Actually, C4 Blue Raz was my first ever pre-workout I ever took.
The original.
The original, obviously not this.
I've said, because Cellucor gets a lot of flack from people because the original isn't what we'd call a niche-y bodybuilding pre-workout, meaning it's not going to give you massive dosages of certain ingredients. However, now the reformulation on the C4 original has upped many of these ingredients, has made it more of a respectable pre-workout, especially in the day and age in which a lot of people now are coming out with what they call their essential pre-workouts, more of a simplified version of a pre-workout, because more doesn't always necessarily mean better. So let's quickly talk about the new SFP here on the Cellucor C4 Ultimate Series. They also launched a C4 Ultimate Shred, and that's a new formula, and a C4 Ultimate Strength, which we'll talk about at some later date. So let's first talk about here the differences between this and the previous version. I have the previous version up on my screen so I can see. So the previous version of Cellucor C4 Ultimate had it had a different component when it came to citrulline. It had 4 grams of pure citrulline, 1 gram of citrulline malate, and then 1 gram of citrulline nitrate. So not a bad formula at all in the original C4 Ultimate. Actually, I liked it. So where you're going to get some changes here is you're going to be getting 3 grams of pure citrulline along with 3 grams of pure arginine. Now, I don't love arginine in pre-workouts. The bioavailability of arginine is pretty poor. You need up to like 8 grams of it to be sufficiently active in the system, unless you're combining it with something like glutathione, which has more of a bioavailability and absorption rate. But the 3 gram dosages here is going to be just slightly less than what they used to have. But there are also different nitrates in here that can contribute to the overall pump. So 3.2 grams of the condensate beta-alanine. This is going to be the starting dosage of beta-alanine. This is an ingredient that you need to be taking daily. It's a saturating ingredient just like creatine monohydrate. You should be taking this every single day. We just talked about the Velox Patent Performance Blend, which is citrulline and arginine. Again, the 3 grams of citrulline, though, is the starting point in which you're going to get acute benefits in terms of what citrulline can do for blood flow. So citrulline, how it works. Drink it, take it down, it converts to arginine in the body. Now I know what you're thinking, well, Ryan, you just say you don't like arginine. Well, I don't like exogenous arginine because you don't absorb it. So you pretty much just shred that stuff out. But citrulline has better bioavailability, converts to arginine, therefore increasing nitric oxide, helping with blood flow in the system, which is what you want when it comes down to a pump. It also has 1.25 grams of beta-power betaine anhydrous. Now, I like 2.5 grams of betaine anhydrous. I think that is going to be the dosage of betaine in which you're going to want in a pre-workout. It's going to help you with strength and power output, can help with muscle recovery, but it does use beta-power, which is a patent version of betaine anhydrous. And I did, I alluded to earlier some nitrates in it, which we'll get to in a second, but really where they made the biggest change here in the new version is they're using Peptipump, which is derived from lentils, which the research shows when utilizing derivatives of lentils can actually help combat hypertension, which is going to help with blood flow. It's going to lower your blood pressure, help more blood flow into the muscles, bigger, fuller pump. Not a lot of research has been published yet on Peptipump. It's from the same makers of Peptistrong, which they're also utilizing in some different products as well. But knowing the people behind Peptistrong, for example, Peptipump is going to be something that we're very much looking forward to getting more literature on. But Cellucor, I believe, is the brand that's going to be championing this ingredient into the industry. So Peptipump, the first time that I've seen it here used at 200 milligrams. And then creatine nitrate, as NO3T, is used at 1.5 grams. Now, previous version used concrete creatine, which is creatine HCl. I don't love creatine hydrochloride. I don't think it's as good as creatine monohydrate. Creatine monohydrate is the most well-studied dietary supplement on the planet. So the previous version had 1 gram of concrete. Now, I'll admit to you, one of the first versions of creatine I ever used in my life was that little yellow tub of concrete creatine HCl, because they said, hey, it's a micro dose of creatine and it works just as well. I do not believe that. I think the 5 gram dosage of creatine monohydrate is what you want. In this, you're getting 1.5 grams of creatine nitrate, so that's going to yield creatine. It's also going to yield exogenous nitrates. So you're going to get some benefits of the ATP replenishment from the creatine. You're not going to get a full 5-gram dosage, but then you're also going to get the nitrates, which is going to help with the blood flow in the system. Let's jump down to their ultimate energy focus and stimulant matrix. You get a full gram of tyrosine in the new version, which I believe was missing completely in the old version. So tyrosine is a non-essential amino acid. It's getting a lot of popularity in pre-workouts, and rightfully so. I like the ingredient a lot. We've seen it as high as 8 grams in a pre-workout. You're going to typically see it around 2 at this point now, but 1 gram is what has traditionally been used for dosage when it comes to tyrosine. Caffeine anhydrous used at 300 milligrams, which is exactly the same as the previous version. So 300 milligrams has really been the sweet spot for caffeine intake in the pre-workout world probably in the last couple years. Research has shown this is a really good optimal level. I prefer 300 as well. I don't like going north of that, but there are some pre-workouts out there that get close to 4, even above 4, that do exist that people do like. What's nice about this 300 milligram dosage of caffeine anhydrous is you're also going to get a 50 milligram dosage of dynamine, which is an ingredient from Compound Solutions. So it has caffeine-like effects, but it's not technically the same as caffeine. So caffeine is going to hit you quickly, then you're going to have dynamine come in, and then you're going to have teacrine, which they have teacrine in here as well, at 10 milligrams. So if you look at the previous version, it did have teacrine at a much larger dose of 62.5 milligrams. You're getting 10 milligrams here, but why the difference? Because they add in 50 milligrams of dynamine. The research has shown that adding dynamine and teacrine together in conjunction with caffeine is going to get you the best effects when it comes to overall energy and endurance levels, because you're going to get that nice steady energy without the crash. Not the shit on the previous formula, because the previous formula was great. I do like this formula better in terms of combination of using dynamine and teacrine. Could it use a little bit more teacrine? Probably. But even the 50 milligram doses of dynamine with the 300 milligram of caffeine A is really good. Tooth club moss, which we commonly refer to as huperzine A, is used here at 5 milligrams, which is going to be 50 micrograms, which is going to be about the lowest starting point for huperzine A. I love huperzine A. I like it in conjunction with like an alpha GPC. Obviously, we're not getting alpha GPC here, but with caffeine as well, it can help with mind muscle connection and clarity. And then you're going to have Rauwolfia here at 1 milligram, which is a yohimbine. In conjunction, again, here with caffeine, you're going to get stimulant effects from that. Help increase thermogenesis, can help increase overall energy levels, can be really beneficial. So, some of the big major changes here, they did have alpha GPC in the previous version, the patent form of alpha psi, so they did remove that. They removed the concrete. The previous version did have creatine nitrate as well, but only in a gram, so now we have 1.5 grams. This version today that we're talking about has peptid pump. The previous version does not. So they're very comparable in terms of formulation. I think the facelift, the upgrade, has more new age ingredients to it, making it attractive. But again, I think it's still the best pre-workout that Cellucor has done, and they have done this pre-workout called Dynasty in the past, which was what we consider just like a cube pre-workout, and it was too much. So you have C4 Original, which is going to be a lot of the people's first starting pre-workouts, and rightfully so. Price point makes sense. It's at Costco, readily available. And then you have Ultimate, which I think is their best formulated pre-workout overall. However, I do really like their new strength as well. So that is a breakdown on formulation. I think it's a good pre-workout probably for a lot of people watching this, or a lot of people out there. So don't be too quick to judge Cellucor. They have something for everybody, and that is why we are working with them on this, because it's not like I don't look at their SKU set and say, well, because you have one here that I wouldn't use, I think your brand is trash. I think that's an unfair assessment of any brand. I think this brand has been around long enough. The Nutrabolt team, they know exactly what they're doing, and it's okay to make something for everybody as long as they have something for you, and they definitely do. So let's crack this baby open here. C4 Ultimate, Icy Blue Raz. I'm not excited about this.
I'm not either. I jumped on this, and I'm like, oh,
well,
no,
yeah,
Blue Raz.
I'm not excited about it, and this is not to say it's going to be bad. Like, I think, here's how we talk about flavor reviews here at F5. If this is your first time tuning in, if you are a fitness informant virgin, I'm about to pop your blue raspberry. How we do? You like that? Not bad, right?
Clever.
I'm pretty good. I'm very good.
I like it.
We taste it. Regardless of whether or not we personally like it or not, we want to tell you, does it taste like the flavor descriptor? Does this actually taste like blue raspberry? And then we'll give you our personal preference. Although our personal preference may not mean shit to any of you out there, especially if you are a blue raspberry fan, because I am telling you.
I mean,
right
there's a reason why they make it all the time, right?
I mean,
Lots
blue
of people
raspberry
do
fruit,
love it.
Blue raspberry fruit
Our
punch
kids
are
love
fun,
blue
too.
raz, right?
I mean, our kids are drunk half the time. So.
You're not drunk.
Could
Do
be
not
drunk.
say that.
I wish I was drunk half the time. Okay, beautiful. Now I gotta dig though. Now I gotta dig. Put my fingers in the. You watching this?
I'm watching.
Yeah.
On the screen.
It's pretty sexual. All right. So here's the thing too. I guess I left out. 16.3 grams was the the dosage of the version before this. This one I believe is 20, if I'm not mistaken.
It is up there. It says it. Yep.
Yep, 20
grams.
20 grams of the new serving size. So nice little scoop there. 12 ounces of water per the instructions from our friends over at Cellucor. You get the right cap here. Now, a lot of times people are like, okay, it's blue raz. Is there going to be coloration to this? Listen, I think a lot of people in 2024 are looking at artificial colors in a very negative light, and I get it. I do. It doesn't personally bother me at all. So, I don't think it's going to personally kill me. Now, if you've had a bad experience with it in the past, or you have, reactions to things like that, completely get it. So again, we're testing C4 Ultimate in the Icy Blue Raz flavor. You can get this at Cellucor.com. You can get exclusive flavors currently over at Vitamin Shop in their Hawaiian Fruit Punch collaboration.
Yeah, that one sounds better to me. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Put it up here so you all can see.
Is it blue? Is it blue?
Yeah, it's got some blue tint to it.
A little bit.
Yeah. Now, in terms of coloration, could it be artificial colors? Probably, but there's a lot of times now, there's a lot of natural colors that brands are using. And I'll confirm here for you all.
Look on there, it should say it,
I know,
doesn't it?
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to look right now. Natural and artificial flavors, that's fine. Spirulina extract for color. So, I mean, it's not artificial colored, which is a good thing here.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, so it's using spirulina extract, and I did not put that in time. So, blue raz, one thing about blue raspberry, it always looks really refreshing. I mean, it smells like blue raspberry.
Yep, it sure does.
I don't know why they sent me this one, but they did.
They're bringing me back to my first ever pre-workout.
Icy blue raspberry. Yeah, she doesn't like it.
Oh.
It's not, I'm trying to think, it's like a little bit more of I wouldn't even call it a sweeter blue raspberry. It's not like, there's definitely that blue raspberry flavoring system to it.
There is, yes.
It's not as strongish. It's not as sweet-ish. I've had blue raspberry flavors out there that I think are a little bit more bold. I think this one still is it's more than subtle for sure. It's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to drink it every single day because, again, I'm not a blue raspberry fan. But if you're expecting blue raspberry and you drink this, you're getting that.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely getting blue raspberry.
There's very few times I've ever had blue raz flavor or anything that I really like. So it's hard for me to be like, yep, that's it.
I mean, overall, formulation is well done. The flavoring system, I have to clean this up now.
Wow.
It's everywhere. The flavoring system is good.
Our conference table legit looks like we're doing drugs. Yeah, so that's wonderful.
Let's go. Let's go. That's a breakdown of the new, look like LeBron James, baby. That is a breakdown of the new C4 Ultimate from our friends at Cellucor. Some tweaks to the formula, a larger serving size, using Dynamine, using Pepto Pump, which we're going to get more on that.
Oh, wow. How did that just happen?
I might have just said something, or maybe I said clap.
No,
anyway,
are you sure? Or did someone send that?
I don't know.
I think
that
that's a big
a breakdown.
If
you guys want more information on this, the article is available at fitnessinformant.com. Again, you can purchase this directly at Cellucor, purchase some exclusive flavors at the Vitamin Shop. Let's go.